Oh, I didn't see you there. Hello. So, we're gonna start from a place of honesty. This is how I usually start my getting ready process. With makeup from a day that I can't quite recall. Not yesterday. I don't know. I probably haven't washed my face in 2 days. And I'm not gonna come on here and be like, oh my god. So this morning I had my hot lemon water after I did my Pilates. I washed my face and did a full nighttime skincare routine last night, and now I'm gonna wake up and do my morning skincare routine and wash my face again. Maybe future me will have her life together to that degree, but current me doesn't, and I'm gonna be honest. But I do think I have a pretty unique makeup routine, and I do have some products that I love. So if you want to see that, you've come to the right place. This is my Vogue. Get ready with me. My camera is very much flattering, so you can't see that I have like a dry patch right here. My lips are crusty. I need to exfoliate so bad. My nails probably look so put together, but I just did them 2 seconds ago. And if you look closely, I don't know why I'm dragging myself to filth right now, but I just want to be honest because, yeah, I could come on here and act like I have my life so put together, but like, what is the point of that? I'm just going to show you what works for me. Maybe it could work for you too. Okay, first, I'm going to remove yesterday or Tuesday, whatever the day's makeup. I use the Neutrogena makeup removing wipes. I want you to hold your gasps. I know that people say they're not good for your skin, and I know that this packaging is not sustainable, but there are some sacrifices that I have to make in order to like literally live my life. I very much don't use plastic. I very much take my reusable cup to Starbucks. I very much recycle. I worked in like a healthcare setting and they did not recycle, and no one would listen to me. I brought my own little bin. They would use water bottles all day long. They would use plastic everything just to like make their life easier like people do. And I would be like, just please, like give it to me and I will take it home. And they wouldn't. So I used to go into the disgusting trash can, fetch out people's used plastic and water bottles and go home and like wash them, dry them, and recycle them, okay? And I eat mostly plant-based, so I don't want to hear a thing about my carbon footprint. I don't think it's that offensive, but the reason that these work for me, I like that I can take them on the go, and I have them by my bed, because sometimes I'm too lazy to like take off my makeup, wash my face, do a full nighttime routine. So if I can at the very least remove my makeup, I'll do that. It's not make or break that you don't rinse your face off after you use this. So I'm taking the baby steps to get to like the me that I'd like to be, where I can do a full nighttime routine and like have a will to live. So if at the very least I can use this, because also when you get the big package, they dry out. Life hack, turn it upside down so that the liquid disperses throughout, because if you put it the other way around, the top ones will always be dry. Okay, we're 5 minutes in and I haven't even removed the makeup yet, so this might be a lengthy video. My hair is also so greasy. Okay, so I'm gonna remove my makeup and then I'm gonna wash it and I'll be back. Or do you want to see me remove it? I guess we'll remove it together and we'll talk a little bit. So if we want some background on my skin, my hair is not gonna look cute for a little bit, so just ignore it, please, okay? We're gonna get there. Okay, anyways, if we want some background on my skin, I don't know if saying I have dry skin is like necessarily something that I like a characteristic I want to attribute to myself. Not that there's like a stigma or anything, but just because I don't know if it's true. Because I am so dehydrated that I'm like on the brink of death at all times. There are days where I don't drink a sip of water. So like again, this is gonna be the most honest Vogue get ready with me you've ever seen. There are fully days that come and go, pass and go, and I don't drink a single sip of water. So it's like, do I have dry skin or am I on the verge of passing away? Because for how dehydrated I am, my skin does well. But I definitely do not have sensitive skin. I don't have acne prone skin. I've never really like had acne. I would say I've only had a few like acne spots in my entire life. Now that is on my face. Please don't get your panties in a twist and wish you could be me. My skin on my body, I have about every flaw you could think of. Discoloration, stretch marks, acne scars, because I scar very easily. So I've always said like, I thank God I don't have acne, only because like the scars would be on my face forever. I don't treat my skin that well. Maybe it's because I don't really have many consequences. The skin on my face, I keep like making sure to specify because the rest of me, really, you have no idea. I have been trying to be very intentional about staying hydrated. Okay, the makeup is gone. What am I doing? I did see an improvement in my skin from that. Like I just looked more dewy and alive. Here's the makeup. I do have lash extensions that I applied myself for $1. If you want a tutorial, let me know. Now I'm gonna wash my face. I'm gonna use two things. Now, I do want to give you a disclaimer. My disclaimer is that there are very few products that I go out, seek out, are like a tried and true favorite and I buy. I'm going to tell you what they are in this video, but my preface to this video is that I had an Ipsy subscription for years, and since I don't have sensitive skin, I try every product. If you don't know what Ipsy is, it's a subscription service, one of the OGs, honestly. And I know now you can get like in a subscription service, but this is like one of the OG makeup subscription services. They all come in cute little makeup bags, and you get like 6, I think, products. Most of them full size. Pretty fair price. You get NARS, you get Anastasia Beverly Hills. Like I get the Brow Wiz. I don't really have to buy makeup because I get the Brow Wiz. I get concealer, I get blush, I get bronzer. Like the bronzer I'm going to use today, the mascara I'm going to use, like a lot of the products I use are from Ipsy. So it is a great way to find products. And when I do find a product, okay, I don't know why I'm acting like they're paying me. In fact, I had to cancel my subscription because I couldn't afford it anymore. So Ipsy, help your girl out. But it is a great way to like find new products. I'm looking down and like almost every product I have in front of me is from Ipsy. There are very few products I've used where it like had an adverse effect. But for example, I got this cleanser from them. I love this. It feels so refreshing, and I will definitely repurchase this. So this is the cleanser I'm going to be using. I am a bitch that needs to exfoliate my face. I do not feel clean unless I exfoliated. And yes, maybe that's because I don't clean it morning and night every single day, so there is some dead skin cell residue, but I always have to exfoliate. It's a ruby crystal microderm exfoliator, and it's a daily facial exfoliant. I know some exfoliants are like, please don't look at my hair, it's so crazy. I know that some exfoliants are too harsh for every day. It'll say like weekly or something. So this being a daily exfoliant is like everything. I put this on my face first, and then I don't rinse it off because it does say it's hydrating. I think it has oils. It's great because it's not like completely stripping you of like hydration. Some exfoliants can just leave you like super dry. I do like that this has like a moisturizing effect, but it is like a kind of oily residue to where I feel like it could lead to buildup. I use this, and then while this is still on my face after I've like scrubbed it all around and exfoliated, I go in with this, lather it up, rinse it off. So I'm gonna do that and come back to you. I just washed my face. My lips are a little bit red because I use the same towel that I go in with to dry my face to exfoliate my lips. I love moisturizers that are either gel-based or like a very luxurious kind of feeling, like creamy but fluffy, maybe like a whipped. You know, I don't need it to be marketed that way, but just to give off that kind of consistency. I don't like oily moisturizers. You feel like it's like an added layer. I like the ones that really seep in. One that I really like is the Clinique Moisture Surge. It's very gel-like. Moisturizer I'm going to be using is the Shiseido Vital Perfection Uplifting and Firming Cream. I usually use my finger, but I do have this skincare scoop that I want to try. This is from a store that's like a dollar store. Like this is $1. Yeah, I can talk more about things I've got from it before. I'm not really a dollar store girl just because I was always like, it was beaten to my head that like everything has lead or like is gonna kill me. But from this brand specifically, everything is like, I know aesthetics aren't everything, and it's not the aesthetics, but it's like they're very transparent with like the ingredients, or it'll say lead-free, BPA-free, things like that. They also have this silicone mask brush, which I like. Anyways, I'm gonna try this skincare scoop. Very aesthetically pleasing. This is like a very luxurious, oh, it feels so good. It's like velvety. I do love a serum, especially because a lot of times I wash my face in the shower. From the time that I get out and like dry off, like moisture barrier or whatever, it's closed or whatever they say. I'm pretty sure it's good to apply moisturizer when your skin is still a little wet and dewy. So I love putting in a serum when my skin is still like all warm from the shower. It will absorb in by the time I'm ready to put my moisturizer on. I have just been loving this moisturizer straight onto the skin. I was using this serum for a little bit, which is from the same brand as the Exfoliant. This is like a line smoothing concentrate because your girl is not getting any younger, and I am like starting to see signs of aging on my skin, which is like kind of scary. I'm like, do I need to like start investing in like anti-aging? Come on, I'm in my 20s. Also gonna use Basic Bitch Alert, this Laneige lip sleeping mask, which does anybody actually apply this for sleeping, or do you just... There's a very specific reason I put this on at this stage, and if it's not this, because this has been recently implemented, I will put some kind of moisturizer on my lips at this stage because a matte lip, and I don't mean like 2017 Kylie Cosmetics matte lip, which I love Kylie Cosmetics, no shade. I don't mean like that matte. But my point is I don't want to put any moisturizing products on my lips any further down the line than this. Now we're gonna get into the makeup routine, and you'll see why what I do is a little bit unconventional and I think could be of value to people. I no longer apply foundation. I never applied foundation until Fenty Beauty released the Pro Filter foundations, and I was shade like 390, 380, something like that. And it was like such a good match with my skin. It made me feel like golden and glowy, nice even base. I liked that it wasn't matte. Well, it kind of was matte, but it was just like nice. I liked it. So I went through 2 bottles of those, and then I just never bought it again. And I'll tell you why. If you have any sort of like hyperpigmentation or like texture issues, or like the base of your face truly you're not happy with, go all for it, like foundation. We put in all this effort to making like one even base as far as colors, and then we go in and we darken and we lighten and all of that. So I'm like, why am I adding so much product and time and effort just to get back to like kind of how my skin already is? You know, we do already have these like contours and highlights. Like, I realized I just kind of want to more like accentuate my face instead of like creating this false base layer. You know, what I'm doing right now is not what I've done for a long time, but it is what I've done for the past year or two, and I do really like the effects. And I know this might not be universal, but it's just a different kind of method, and you can apply this no matter what skin tone or no matter, you know, with your own products and your own variation. The idea is just kind of not working backwards, but like, you'll see what I mean. I used to apply like a primer or concealer as a primer to my lids, make sure it's like a nice bright base, and then go in with like a brown shadow. Okay, if you haven't noticed, I'm brown. My lids are brown. Why am I brightening it up only to bring it right back down to this shade? Especially now. I'm not talking about like the cut crease phase. I'm talking about now where there's like more of a natural look, bronzy. Okay, I just need to stop talking and show you. I'm just trying to preface the order of operations we're about to go through. So the first thing I'm gonna do, because I also no longer fill in my brows, but what I do to clean them up, because I don't wax them or tweeze them or anything, is I clean up underneath with concealer. Just ignore this, but I am gonna put little dollops right here just to have like a reservoir to come back to if I need it. And then we're gonna go, and I just go in with the brush that comes with the concealer, and I just go right under the brow, like that. Now that we've done that line, what we're not gonna do, we are not gonna touch the line where the concealer meets the brow. That's how you keep it looking super precise. We're gonna blend it down. So with this, I will just kind of start like blending it down a little bit, but we don't want to go too far because I am not bringing this to my lid. So what I will do like right here is connect this though, and then kind of bring it up a little. And then I'm also gonna do my nose right now too. So with the same brush, I just go right down the middle. I don't touch it for a second. I'm going to now blend out underneath. And again, I am not touching up here where it touches my brow, because then it will become muddy and you're gonna lose that precise line that was like the whole point of this. This step that I'm gonna do to the lower half of my face is new. Before this, I would not put product here because I kind of feel my mouth like this shape here is getting on my mouth, but now I feel like it's starting to extend here. Like, you see that? And I'm not with it. So something I've been doing to combat that is I go in, and then I also have this Morphe Concealer in the shade C435, I don't know. There's like nothing left. Kind of blend that out that way. I used this It Cosmetics CC cream. I just put one little dot here. I use like this area of my beauty blender for the concealer and this part for the darker shades, but I'm just gonna blend this out. And then with the like literally nothing that's left on this blender, I will just distribute what is barely left, on my forehead. I'm going to take this contour. This is the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in Espresso. I've had this far too long. Like, I'm talking when Fenty Beauty first released. So I don't think that that is like okay, but I'm just gonna follow. That's all I put. Okay, I blend this out with my finger. A little goes a long way. So next I'm gonna go in with my shadow on my eye. I have this random palette. What is the brand? I don't even know. Oh, ColourPop. Okay, it's like a little ColourPop palette. These colors are just very much what I like warm tones, golden orangey browns. I did not know that this would become my new life partner, but this is the only palette I need with me, ever. I'm going to use this very fluffy brush. I used to always start with orange. Like, orange is always my base because I've had to really reprogram my brain because I grew up watching so many white beauty gurus, like before the beauty gurus, like Makeup by Mandy, Bethany Moda, girly pops like that. And so when I see them take, I'm trying to think of what the equivalent would be, but like maybe a shade more like Ben or this one, and they would use it to kind of warm up their eyes. Babe, that for me would like turn me into a ghost. So I've had to like reprogram how I think. So this orange gives me the same kind of effect that like a Benefit Hoola would have on them. It just kind of warms me up. And so that is usually the base of my looks, but I've kind of stopped doing that. I use this color called Fortune, which is like a plum kind of brown. I just follow, like I could do this with my eyes closed, because I'm not really going as far as looks, I'm going as far as feeling. I can literally just like feel my brow bone and I'm going right into this socket. And since this brush is very fluffy, it gives you a lot of grace. Like this is not supposed to be precise. It's just a very fluffy, smoky, warm brown look. And I'm gonna bring it out all the way over here under my brow, and you'll see why I'm doing that. And another place I bring it into is over here, just to kind of exaggerate, like it kind of just continues the nose contour into the brow bone. And that is why I did my nose contour when I did. It's funny, I can do all of these exact same steps, same amount of products, same amount of steps, all of that in either 10 minutes or an hour, because it just depends how much time you have. You know, I'll sit here all day and just fluff away. This all can be done so quickly because you're like minimizing, you're like cutting the steps in half. And I am gonna go in with the darker shade, same brush. So the more dramatic of a look you want, the more you can bring this out, and the darker you can have it. So this is the all-time time-saving trick that I do. I don't want to say fox eye or like anything like that that's like appropriating people's natural eye shape. We go through phases in makeup, and right now the phase is very much this, with everything. The highlight, the bronzer, the contour, everything. It's kind of like a whoop, like the wing is back. You know, the wing was gone for a little bit, but the wing is back. Instead of putting under eye concealer here, setting it with powder, putting tape or something like that, then doing my shadow, either very precisely or like then cleaning it up and like all of this. I don't put the concealer on yet here. I do my shadow, bringing it out here, and like, since it is so fluffy and smoky, you could very well just leave it like this. But to create that snatched look, I go back in with my concealer. This is in the shade Almond, by the way. Make a little reservoir like I showed you earlier, because I want to be in control of the amount of product I'm like distributing. And I go from right here, this corner, up, okay? Whoop. Assess the situation and see if that's the shape you're gonna like, and if you are, I bring it up a little, and then same thing with the brows. You are not gonna touch that line where it meets your shadow. You're only gonna blend it down. So then I just start adding more product underneath, and then I will drag this reservoir over here, and then that is how much concealer we'll be applying. Now, before I blend this out, what I'm gonna do, which is gonna prep my powder. I feel like I have to set my look immediately. I'm using the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil, and this is something that you can wear alone as well, like without makeup underneath. It just kind of blurs, has a blurring effect, and it has SPF 25. I'm someone who kind of forgets to put my SPF since I'm not like a night routine, morning routine person. If that I don't like that I can tell you is this, I believe. Like, I hate the brands that are like, no whitewash, like fine for all skin tones, and then you put it on and you look like the ghost of Christmas past. So what I meant by prepping it, I open it and then I just whoosh. Like I said, I empty the powder into here. I'm all about the reservoirs, I guess. And then I go in with the same beauty blender from earlier and I just blend out my under eyes. Over here, like near my nose, I'll kind of go in a straight line to kind of clean up the contour from earlier. So then when you get over here to our little area we made, again, you do not touch the part of the line that's touching your shadow. And then I'll kind of bring it up here. Very lightly, there's like almost no product here, but just so that it blends out. And then I'll use the back of this that just has like residue from the darker products we've used to just kind of blend it out. And then you have this like snatched look without all the work, because all I did was just very haphazardly fluff out some brown shadow, put a line of concealer, and blend it out. Okay, so then for my powder, because like I said, I do one at a time, I'm using this Suva Beauty 180, I don't know. And I'll get some on my brush, tap it away, and then I kind of like pat into my under eye. And then when you get to powdering here, you're fine to put it all around. And this is how I really set it. But I need to put powder on that side. And this is also the step where I'm gonna be putting powder in the areas that I haven't yet. I'm gonna powder my nose contour very, very lightly. By this point, all of this product has kind of dried down, so it doesn't need as much setting. And there we go. That's the base of the face. Now it's time for bronzer. Bronzer was not a step in my routine until I was introduced to this amazing product by, can we guess? Ipsy. This is a Morphe Bronzer by the shade, y'all better not, my cousin, I told her about this and she couldn't find it, so if it's not gone and y'all like, don't do it. Leave this for me. I need this. It's the shade Romance. Before, like if I ever try, again, I made the mistake of being like, oh, everyone loves Hoola, let me get Hoola, and then it's like the color of a tombstone on me. Any other bronzer was like way too gray tone for me, cool tone for me. This is like a beautiful deep brown. I'm using this brush, Luxe 1010 small contour brush. I love it. So I used to make the mistake of like putting it right on my cheekbone, but now I've learned you need to go a little higher. And I also use this to help blend out, because this is where the concealer meets the space where there's no concealer or foundation. So this kind of helps to blend it all out. I'm going to use this Milk Makeup blush stick in the shade Work. Now, I don't know if I'm a fan of this yet, but it kind of does what it needs to do. And then I might like dollop a little on my nose. We're on our 8th candle right now, y'all. We only have 2 steps left just to finish up the eye and then lips. I use the same brush and the same product for both. You might be like, what? You'll see. Back into this palette, my saving grace. I'm gonna go in for the darkest shade, and I'm using this Morphe brush. I don't know which one it is, but it looks like this. And I love it. So I'm gonna do eyes first. This, I just love this. I love this step. Okay, so I'm gonna go right here and follow that little line we made. Look at that. Did you see how easy that was to create that wing because of the base we already made? Oh my god, it's like the perfect smoky dark brown. Look at it. Hold on. Is that not insane? Like, life hack, right? Okay. Instead of us like smoking it all out and whatever. Anyways, we need to finish this quick because my camera keeps dying. We only have lips and highlighter left, I think. So I'm going to highlight using this, the Ofra Sea Shimmer, I don't know. I use this basic like naked palette brush that comes with it. This is the one that came with the cherry palette because this on the end has been the only thing I've used for under my brow bone, highlighter, forever, and my nose. It's like the perfect size. So I just go bloop. That's all. And then under the eyebrow, right there. Perfect. I sound like that bartender on TikTok. And then I'll use this side if I'm too lazy to get my highlighter brush for the cheekbones. Okay, the lips are going to be controversial. Like I said, the same thing I use for my eyes. The same shade, same brush. I go in with this dark shade with this Morphe brush, and I just line them. Same for the top. So depending on how dramatic you want this whole like lip liner situation, you can just leave it like this. I don't do that though. I blend them together. I kind of like straighten this area where my Cupid's bow is for some reason. And then I might go in with like a lip product, or I literally go in with like a little bit of lighter shadows. I know this is strange and like not sanitary, but I'm being honest with what I do. I could lie and say I have 2 of these more. Maybe I should get another Morphe brush like this, but I'm sure my camera's about to be keeps dying and I keep turning it right back on, babe. Final last step, I use the Benefit 24-hour brow setter on my brows. Wipe off the excess and then, okay. Well, that's it. You can't really see the dramatics on camera. It just very much looks like a soft glam beat, but that is kind of the vibe in real life, just that elevated. Maybe if I put like some lighting. There we go. Now you can get into the details. And then because I do have those lash extensions, like I said, that again, only cost $1. Let me know if you want to see how I do that. Oh, and I don't really put mascara on. As you can see with the close-up, you do still have a very even base, even though we didn't do foundation, just because the parts that we did not completely make a blank slate with, like the cheekbones and the areas that you're already going to either darken or lighten anyways and be covering with product in one capacity or another. So that is my everyday makeup. When I say everyday though, babe, I don't mean every day. Like, I don't wear makeup every day, but if I was just gonna like, you know, you have like a go-to routine that you know and love, that's very much this for me. And like I said, I can do this in 9.5 minutes, or I can do it in an hour. Gives you very much a strong wing look, even though we did not have to put in the effort of like getting a perfect wing. And I'm not just like sucking my own, I'm just trying to like explain how this process could be useful for other people too. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to let me know. Or if there's anything else you want to see, let me know. I should have had lighting this whole time, but I'm too lazy for that because this is, again, an honest get ready with me. A normal bitch would probably go get dressed, right, and go do something or eat a meal. I am going to take my satin robe, clad self, and go right back to bed. Love you. Bye.